Do 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 do. So if you're here right now, this is a little bit behind the scenes how to what you need to do. So I'm just on social media tweeting and so so if you're watching this at a later date, I'm currently on social media just sharing, so we're live. So this is just going to take a minute. So I just need to share everything. So currently I'm on all the social media and stuff like that. So just like that, I'm just doing some stuff. So while we're here, oh, don't want to watch that. So the developer team today gave us a sneak peek at the UI. So this is probably someone buying a lot of UFR. So I've seen the I have seen the volume go up a little bit more. So yesterday's was about 16,000. So I'm just sharing. So this is one of the things you need to do so people can watch. So currently just in the Telegram group, I need to pin my posts. So like that. So this is probably someone buying a lot of UFR, or it's just a pump and dump. So it's pretty much normal for it to go up and down like this currently because there's not a lot of volume in it. So they added the exchanges, which is very nice. So it's currently 40 cents on Cryptopia. It's one of the highest prices. So so probably Do. So it's pretty nice. They added the exchanges, but they're not getting a lot of volume. This is because they're not such big exchanges, and the volume today is pretty much triple what it was yesterday. So it's just seen a big spike right now. It's probably going to go back down on 30 cents. So one of the big things from today is that the developer team gave us a sneak peek on the UI for the application. So I wish I had this kind of speed. So what we can see from the picture is it's gonna be easy for you to upload your files. To download, we see you have a finished file and the wallet. So from this, they're probably just testing out. So it has the progress. The size is probably 1.5 gigabytes. So the pure seats and speed, which is normal from every torrenting application. So probably here you could so the guy that gives uploads the file. Hmm, it's it's strange. Uh, I do like the UI. It's pretty clean. So it's a normal UI. So if you use a uTorrent or something like that, it's pretty normal. But I like it a lot. So they're doing it on a Mac. So probably here you put the link of the file you want to download. I hope it's real. So this month we're going to see some codes too and some extra UI, which could, how would I say it? It's nice for the community, so we know that they're doing something. But it looks clean. They have some good internet, so they're probably testing it out. So one of the things we're going to check out today is the white paper, just a little bit of a review. Uh, I've already done a blog post. It's a week old, and the price is currently up. So let's refresh this. So it's still up. This UI is from Reddit. Just let me get. So the UI is from where's that post? Let me find this here. In the meantime, you can look look at the UI. So, hmm, so it looks like the post was deleted, but some guy was asking about the links that he didn't understand them, but one of the developers that we see on Reddit commented on it, and he said that they were saving the UI post or pictures for a Medium post, so we we could be expecting a Medium post soon in the future, and so he just gave us this picture. which is nice for the community. It shows that they are working on a product. Yes, good. so so going on the white paper, it's pretty normal. They have the introduction, the P2P network, the application, offering, so the ICO, some examples. So we already know what Upfiring is. So it's pretty much downloading files from the internet, as you see today, but it's more dangerous. It's not secure. Um, you could get malware, trojans, and stuff like that. And by decentralizing the file sharing process, it's actually more safe. So a lot of the sites for torrenting files is can be targeted by governments because it's illegal to download stuff that you need to pay for. So it uses the Ethereum blockchain, which is nice that they're using the what I think is the next big crypto. And so let's go. So their network, uh, they've developed a decentralized network, so it's not a central place, so it's much more safer, more reliable. So we know that the file sharing industry has been a long, a long time a victim of shutdowns, government interference, and regulations. But removing the central server allows the nodes to communicate directly without the outside interface. That's one of the reasons that they needed to get rid of the searching part. So that's why you get a link when you upload the file, and it's your job to promote it. Because with the searching option, it would need to be centralized. But there were some people talking in the Telegram group about making some app or a site for searching for links. So about the offering token, uh, this is nice because some cryptos, some companies use cryptos just to have a startup, so they don't actually use the currency, so it's pretty much forgotten. But in Upfiring is going to use the tokens so you can buy the files. So it's an RC20 token, so it's an Ethereum token, so you can put it on a ledger or something like that. And so for seeding you are rewarded with Upfiring tokens. So 50% of the revenue from the file is given to the author of the file, and the other 50% is divided between seeders. So use cases, they're going to use the document files, uh, music files, torrent extensions, magnet links, so everything we already use or we used to use. Um, so they're planning to support other types of documents later. And so one of the big things is seeding. So they're going to bring a new way of seeding. So people when people seed the files, it's all the revenue, 50% of their revenue is going to be divided between them. So decentralization is one of the big things here. So it's not going to be so vulnerable. uh, it's more secure. So no breaches and shutdowns by the government or something like that. And going to the application, block exchanges nodes. So it's going to be decentralized network, smart contracts. Um, Smart contracts are a big part of crypto or the blockchain. So proof of storage or transfer. Uh, so this is a protocol which checks all the storage of the network and authenticates the seeded files. Uh, this is an old roadmap. They started in June 2016. They revealed the project in 2017 in April, and they launched the website in May. In June, the white paper was released. In October, the ICO started. So good for people that joined then. At the end of Q1, we're expecting the first version of the Upfiring application. So from then, we're going to get a much more detailed roadmap. So a new roadmap for 2018 and probably onward. So one of the things, because the ICO wasn't reached the hard cap, they paused the development for the Android and uh, what is it? Android and the the Apple. What? I forgot. iOS, yeah. For Android and iOS, they paused the development for that. So the hard cap for the IC wasn't reached. So a lot of UFR tokens weren't bought, so they burned them. So which is more nice for the profit standpoint of Upfiring. So it's much more easier for Upfiring to go up if it only has a 24 million uh, supply. So this is the max supply, and this is currently what's in it. But I think that 1 million or something like that is currently in the hands of the developers. That coin market cap still counts, but it's actually not being used. So they burned the coins, and they're going to use some of the coins to for the exchanges, because when you want to go on an exchange you need to pay for it. So some exchanges have really high costs or price. For Cryptopia, I think it's 300,000 or something more like that. And so this is about talking about the adapting due to the ICO hard cap not being reached. So about the iOS and Android applications removed from the roadmap. So they're more focusing on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So here are some examples. While comparing Upfiring to traditional sites, Upfiring is going to be more secure. Uh, uh, And one of the largest things, or the most important things about Upfiring, is it gives an a meaning or something. So you have a reason to keep it seeding when you download the file. So you can actually, if a lot of people download the file, you can get the money you paid for the file back quite quickly. So that's due to how popular is that file. So it's going to be a decentralized application. So there's some about security. All the files that are going to be on the applications are going to be encrypted. So you're not going to be able to download them from a third party site or something like that. So that's that, and it's more protected from malware, trojans, viruses, so smart contracts. And so the desktop application will be available on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So the three biggest ones. So here's the summary and some references. Uh, so let's check if the price fell. Yeah, so it's falling down. So probably someone bought a lot of coins. So now we're going to go on some news. So one of the biggest things that happened in January and February is the regulations. So China banned crypto, and there were there was some stuff in South Korea about banning crypto that was then debunked by the government. So it's not really happening. They're just more for they're just focusing on the exchanges. So there aren't anonymous people doing that trading. More about that in a little bit later. And so just a second. So one of the biggest things was regulations. So the governments are stepping in. So like we hope that they're not going to follow China in banning the crypto or just buying the exchanges. So they have the Great Firewall and they block all of the exchanges. But it's quite easy to go around that if you know something about computers. So this article talks about all the stuff that happened. So China banned ICOs and cryptocurrency trading, and they may clamp down on mining, which would be bad for the people that have factories there, pretty much. So about South Korea banning ICOs and anonymous trading, and Japan introduced a licensing regime for cryptocurrency exchanges. So it's something that crypto will need to go through. So regulations, there's no stopping that, but a lot of governments are going to do them. How would I say it? A different way. So some may be like China and ban it, or they could be like the US that had a meeting, I think this week. They're talking about the cryptocurrency future. It was pretty much good. So, so one of the interesting news that I saw was that a Russian scientist was arrested for mining crypto on a supercomputer. So that happened at one of the more historic nuclear sites. If you ask me, it's quite funny. So one of the biggest things that could happen in crypto soon is that a French and German finance ministers are calling for a G20 summit about the cryptocurrency. So the G20 are the 20 most powerful countries in the world. So they sent a letter to the Argentinian government talking about that they would need a crypto discussion because cryptocurrency is the future for so cryptocurrency is the future of the world. So it's probably one of those things that can change the world. So the currencies that we know them. I like crypto a lot, especially the technology behind it. So the blockchain, so spank chain. It's one. It's funny, but it's probably going to be big. So about Binance, Binance had some upgrading to do the past few days. A lot of people thought it was a hack, so they halted trading so they could upgrade their servers. so more users can could come and trade on their platform. So they could open register. So you can register for Binance. They denied the hack, so that's one of the things. I'm just going to close them. So this is an interesting article talking about the seven trends that could shape the evolving ICO economy and probably the crypto economy. So, so uh, regulations. So like one of the topics at the U.S. meeting about cryptocurrency was about the ICOs that they didn't contact them for anything, so tax wise and stuff like that. So about the founding that in the future we could see more funding in it, that we could see more ICOs in Ethereum and decentralized apps. The beliefs about token economics will be tested. So a lot of the ICOs that you participate in, if you do, is they give you an utility they're going to do. So one of the ones is Ethereum that had the ICO a few days ago. They sold out about in 8 hours or so. So it's a pretty hyped project. It's going to so there aren't going to be ads, so users could donate the tokens to their favorite gamers. They can get them while watching people game. So pretty much live streams. So consumer so consumers are going to be much more intelligent. So in crypto, you saw a lot of people panic selling the few months. So pretty much after December or in January, and probably in the future we're not going to see stuff like that anymore, because when you check out more the projects and that, and when you invest the money, you don't so one of the big things when you're investing, you only invest the money you're willing to lose. So think about it like you're throwing away your money. So, and the last thing is about tech companies decentralizing. So they contacted some companies and they pretty much told them they aren't going to decentralize, but they like the technology, so the blockchain. And so about Facebook, Zuckerberg said that he was studying blockchain this year, so 2017. So Nvidia Nvidia talked about cryptocurrency. So the CEO said that cryptocurrency is not going away, which is true. So this is when they released their uh, Q4 financial report for 2017. So a big part of their revenue was from miners buying graphic cards. So he talked about crypto. That is, it is a real part of the business this quarter. So it was a part of their business. So profit. We even saw that the prices of the shares of Nvidia and AMD went high a lot last year. due to the mining craze. So that's that. So now I'm going to talk about some coins that I could see are going to have a big part in the future. So Ethereum is going to always stay in the top 5. Ripple has their lightning fast transactions, so between banks, so it doesn't take a lot of time. So a few business days changes into just 4 seconds. There was a lot of controversy behind the Bitcoin Cash. It's a fork from Bitcoin. Uh, from a profit standby of Cardano, maybe. So Cardano at the height of its, yeah, so it was over $1. I could see Cardano going to a maximum of $5, but that's more of a few years of holding it, because currently it has a big market cap, but when the future market cap goes even more up, we're going to see this price go even more up. So Litecoin, if it gets, there were some rumors that Facebook could use Litecoin. So if they're going to use Litecoin, we could see it easily at $500. Uh, Stellar is something similar to Ripple, but it's decentralized, not centralized like Ripple. That's why a lot of people don't like Ripple. So Neo is going to be our top 5 cryptocurrency. I could easily see the price of Neo going to $1,000 in the future, or even more. Probably the max could be around $2,000. But in the future, most of the top 100 cryptos are going to be cryptos with a good technology. So, like Upfiring, if they're going to bring out a great application in the future, we're going to see its price go even more up. So because of its low supply, so 24 million is the max, we could easily see it between 10 to $20. So for a $1, uh, so let me just get a calculator out. So if offering wants to be $1, it needs to have a market cap of about 60 million. So this is going to be just on speculation. So 100,000 million. If it would hit 1 billion one day, the price would be, so like that, it would be over $60. I could see the price of offering at least over $50 if they're going to have a great application, because the touring market is quite big. So going onward, this is an Ethereum token. I watched it in November, thought about investing, wish I had. This is one of their conferences, so they talked about an airdrop that would happen. So this was one of my first burns. So it was the first time I invested in crypto, one of the first times. So I bought at the peak, so about at $4 or something like that. Thank God it was just a few hundred dollars, not a large amount. Dash, the max what I saw was about $1,000. I don't know a lot about its project. It's if I'm right, it's a privacy-driven coin as Monero. So Tron, we all know Tron. We all know Justin Sun that knows how to pump his coins. Well, his coin. We're not going to speak about Tether. Uh, you've probably seen a lot about Tether in the past few days or even weeks. I mine Zcash, so I just use it for mining and Binance Coin because Binance Coin is a more the Binance is so Binance Coin is the official coin of Binance. So they give you less fees if you use their coin. So every time their coin is used, a little bit of it gets burned. So we could see the supply even lower in the future. But I could easily see it at $100 in the future when the market gets even bigger because Binance is one of the top exchanges. So going onward, Verge, we all know about Verge, about their protocol for privacy. Uh, they missed their deadline uh, for about few hours. A lot of the community was very angry with that. So Sia coin is a cloud storage coin. So cloud storage is a big market. It offers uh, cloud storage at a lower price than its competitors, Google and Amazon. But we know that Google or Amazon is a more known company, so they have a lot to do if they want to be bigger in the future. They would need a $32 billion market cap if they want to be worth $1. So, so KuCoin shares is another good thing you could invest in. So it's the shares for KuCoin. Is a really young exchange, but it's very known already. So it could be the next Binance. So gas is uh, gas is a part of Neo. So you can stake Neo and get gas every day. So a little bit of gas every day. Uh, the more Neo you stake, the more gas you get. Um, Funfair is a gambling coin. So in the future, one type of coin that could be very popular is a coin that pretty much uses an addiction for its profit. So gambling is its addiction. So it's one of the most known gambling coins. So so this is a more social media coin. So it's not something very special. So one of the other coins I want to show you guys is Wax. So everyone knows CS:GO and stuff like that, and gambling sites for CS:GO. So CS:GO has a lot of skins, items, and like that. So the Vax platform, you can sell items from your games, so skins like that, or items from like World of Warcraft. I could see the price of wax in 5 years to be about $10 because it has some good technology. It started at almost $5. Then a lot of the ICO investors just sold. So like that, it's not on a big exchange yet, so it would be nice for it to be on Binance. If it went on Binance, it could be $4 to $5. So get it now, you could get a really nice profit if it gets on Binance. So how Binance lists its coins is very big part of it is the technology. So they look for coins that have a great technology because they don't want to put shit coins on their exchange. So they want the best coins that they can get, and they actually do promote some ICOs. But when the ICO is complete, the cryptocurrency, so the developers that are making the coin don't get all the money, uh, don't get all the money at the same time. So they get a part of the money, so they need to do something like on the roadmap. They need to achieve something, so what they what they promise, they need to achieve to get that money. So it's it's worth looking at the ICOs that Binance promotes. So this was pretty much all of the coins I wanted to show you guys. So if you want if you want us to check something, just write it in the chat. In the meantime, we can check Upfiring. So the price is falling down because it had seen a big spike. If you can, if you look here, it was here too. So currently Upfiring is a more day trading coin because it has low volume. So someone with a lot of money can really control the price. So So if you want me to check something, write it in the chat, or we're going to just end the live stream and it's going to be all for today. So anything that you want me to look at? So I'm going to end the streams. So thank you for everyone that watched the stream. It's going to be public a little bit later. It just needs to render, so it's going to be HD. So